Hello, my name is Buster Bootlace and welcome to my channel. Today I wanted to talk about my Thrustmaster TH8A Shifter. I bought this back in about 2017 and I was originally using it on my Xbox One. For the Xbox it has a different connection. It plugs into the back of the steering wheel, but on PC it has its own USB connection. And ever since I bought my PC and I was using it on my PC, I've had on and off kind of intermittent trouble with it just dropping off, or the computer says the USB is unrecognized or the USB is malfunctioned. But recently I bought CarX Drift and then I was having so much fun with it and all of a sudden just completely stopped and I couldn't get it connected. Like I'd also done a lot of research and I've tried reinstalling the firmware and the drivers, and I've also on the bottom here there's like a little like a hard reset switch, and I also tried doing a hard reset to no avail. I also they say try unplugging, replugging in, try different USB sockets. Literally the definition of insanity. Keep doing the same thing over and over again expecting different results, to no avail. And I'll show you what I mean now. And then I've done a lot more research and I found out that the problem might be the PCB, the PCB board inside the shifter. But you can't buy one. The only way to get one is by contacting Thrustmaster directly. So I contacted Thrustmaster EU because I'm in Gibraltar, just off the south of Spain. And so I contacted Thrustmaster EU and I answered quite a lot of questions. They wanted a photo of the serial number and a short video of what happens when I plug it in. Eventually they finally said, okay, yeah, we can sell you the PCB board. So it took about a month and a half, because post is an absolute nightmare here, and I finally got it. So this is the PCB. I don't know if you can see it. I've got the autofocus, or sometimes it's not very good. But it looks like there's there's some kind of earth there. It doesn't look like there's any soldering needed, but there's an earth there, maybe, I don't know. And there's also a plug socket, and this basically just replaces the female part of the plug. So from here on, this is the USB cable that I plug into my computer. So this, I will have to take it apart, and hopefully it should be fairly straightforward because I don't think there's any soldering or anything that needs to be done. But then we'll test it and see if it works. So I'm kind of looking forward to that. Yeah, there you go. So that's what happens every time I plug it in. So we'll go ahead and we'll change the PCB and then test it again. And fingers crossed, it's going to work, but we don't know till we try. Let's get on with it. Okay, so first thing, we'll unscrew this, because this is what we will be replacing. So I think the first thing we need to do, if I can focus, I'm doing manual focus now because you never know. So we've got 4 screws to undo there. Yeah, there we go. 4 screws to undo there, and we also have, sorry about that, the face, and we also have 4 of these sort of hex bolts to undo. Now this is really awkward because I'm basically standing over my camera and stand. So let's see how we get on. I moved earlier this year and a lot of my stuff, all my tools, are in storage in my garage, so I don't have much here. Yay, I did one. Woo, yeah. Okay. So that was not working, but I tell you what I found. This. I found this. So this is a toolkit for repairing glasses, and this might do the job. And there's also this funky little extension thing. This is what happens when you're not prepared. But anyway, let's. Oops, a daisy. Oh, that's the wrong one. That's a flathead. I need a Phillips. Right, okay, I don't think I needed to do any of that. I've had a look online and I couldn't see anything online. So, right, so what I think we need to do is I think we need to take all these screws out round here, and then presumably the inside bit maybe lifts out, but there's only one way to find out. And now I'm going to put these 2 black screws back in because I don't think you need to actually take those out. Very good, so what I'm going to do, we'll take these out. Okay, so we have to take the clamp off as well. The clamp is hex. That's what I always wanted. 2 more screws. Lovely. Right, so hopefully now, these last 2 screws will hopefully allow us to actually get to the PCB, I'm hoping. I don't know. I had a little look online, I haven't found anything. And there is no, this didn't come with any guidelines. I mean, like as a bloke I'd follow any anyway. Anyway, right, so now, hopefully, yes, oh, this was the way to do it. Good, so I don't know if you can see, hopefully you can see, but you can see the bit we need to change then. So this bit, I don't know if you can see, oh wait a minute. Hopefully you can see now, so this is the piece we need to change. Yeah, so this must be what's faulty with mine. So we need to change it with this. Right, okay, so my camera decided to stop recording and I'm not exactly sure where. So this is the old PCB, and you can see this plug in the side here. I don't know if you can see it all right. Go ahead and pull that out. My big fat hands, I hope I don't break it. Oh, there we go, good. So that's now disconnected. I take the old PCB off, and then we should be quite simply, no, I don't know if I mentioned, yeah, so the 4 screws I took off at the beginning I did not need to do. So I'll put a note in the video when I edit that you don't have to do that, because if you look, the new PCB comes with its own 4 screws and this bit is part of the unit, so you don't have to take those 4 off. So I've definitely made this a lot more complicated than it needed to be. But like I said, I couldn't find any instructions online, it didn't come with any, so I've just sort of guessed, you know. And so this is, as I thought, is a grounding, because it connects to this metal bit here, so it just goes through one of the screws like that. So I'm going to go ahead and whip this old PCB off. All I'm going to do is go ahead and take this, unscrew this old PCB, and then we'll whip the new one on, plug it in, screw it on, put everything back together again and test it, and hopefully it works. I really do hope so. Oh, come on, last screw. There we go, excellent. So there you go, that's the old one. And now with the new one, we need to make sure we get it round the right way because the plug is there. And we'll align this so that it goes in through where the screw is going to go. So all the screws are out of the old PCB. We're going to throw this away, keep it as a memento maybe. And now we're going to put this new one on. And so we'll get it around the right way so we know that the plug is that side. Get the earth hoop thingamajig. Good. So I'm going to start with this top corner here because that's with the earth on it. We'll get that on. Okay, good. 1 of 4. Race against time here because the battery's running out of my camera, which is lovely. Okay, very good. Great. 4 of 4. Now let's zoom in and get the... Very good. So, momentous moment. Here we go. We're going to plug in the PCB. There we go. Ooh, I'm so worried I'm going to break it. It's so delicate. Oops. There we go. We're in. Good. It's so delicate. I'm so worried. Oh, hello. Be careful. Right, good. Now we're just going to put all this back together. Last few screws, so this is about where I was when I realised the camera stopped recording. So I had to just mess about with all that. Now the knob. Right, good. Okay, now I need to clean my desk. And then we are going to test it, and I do hope it is going to work. Good, and then we'll plug this in. I think. Yes, we will. Yep. Good. Good, so that's plugged in. Now we're going to try the USB connection, and hopefully it works. Now I'm just going to clean my desk and I'll be right back. Okay, back to autofocus. I hope this is going to work. Yeah, anyway, so that was a bit of a journey. So I'm going to cut quite a lot of that out and try and edit it as best I can. But I did quite a bit of stuff that I didn't need to do. So it was far more easier than I thought it was going to be. So now we're going to record the screen and we're going to plug this in and see if it works. Right. Okay, so recording started. What I'm going to do is I'm going to open up my Thrustmaster app, which is here. Perfect. Oh, I'm actually quite nervous. My face is red because it started getting quite hot. Anyway, so let's try. I'm going to plug it into where exactly? I'll plug it into here just for ease. All right, so it's going in. Hold on. Let's do a dual camera. Let's do a dual camera job. Okay, right. So here we go. So the screen is recording, and I'm going to put this in. Here we go. 3, 2, 1. Oh, had the USB around the wrong way. Bear with me a second. Right, okay. 3, 2, 1, go. Damn! We got it going. Hands in the way. Multiple cameras on the same object. There you go. Oh my goodness gracious. It actually worked! Oh dear. It actually worked. And to be honest with you, I'm quite surprised. I didn't think it would work. But it works. So I'm going to try. Okay, so I'm going to unplug it and plug it into the USB that I usually use. Bang! Just like it should be. All these years I've had trouble with this. All these years. And it works. So I want to try and do some CarX Drift. But I'll just show you one last thing actually before we end the video. So what I would do, what's quite good to try, is if we do firmware. I don't know if that's the latest one. I think it might be. So what we'll do is we'll update the firmware. Good. Come on. So we're going to do this. Update the firmware so we know the firmware is up to date. Perfect. All done. There you go. And now we should be all good. Oh, hold on. I didn't mean to do that. Properties. So now, and actually I'll do another dual camera job here. Good. So what we'll do is we'll sync it. So you can see now, 1st, 2nd, 3rd, 4th, 5th, 6th, 7th, and reverse. Oh, sorry, my hand was in the way. There you go, that's better. So you can see, look, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, reverse. I think that was a success. So yeah, this ended up taking a lot of time because I didn't have all the right tools, so had to faff around a little bit, and I made it more complicated than it needed to be. So I'm going to end it here, but I think the next video I want to do is with the full setup, shifter, handbrake, everything. I'll show you my handbrake. So, well, it's a bit dusty because I haven't used it in a while, but this handbrake is awesome. I absolutely adore it. It's so much fun. So what I'm going to do in the next video, I want to take out my Volvo in CarX Drift with the handbrake, the shifter. Now everything is working, man. I can't wait. So with that said, thank you very much for watching. Whoever you are, whatever you are, have an awesome day. And I'll see you in the next one.